Welcome to Ms. Vampy's Bites, and I am Ms. Vampy. Stay and play and have a bloody good time, or bite me. Today's bite is Ms. Vampy. I have overcome bullying from junior high. You know how I feel about bullying. Done well in school, achieved success in work, and had some recognition for my horror books. I love horror books. But I still feel like I'm not pushing myself hard enough or the right way to break through and be really successful. I don't believe in jealousy, but when I see other authors skyrocketing to fame, I worry that I'm fooling myself or that I'm missing some critical element. What are your thoughts? Robert Pattinson, author of horror books, Dark Bites, 4 Tales of Horror, and The Pleasure of Fiends, 5 Tales of the Vampire from Chicago. Well, Robert, first, let me address a few key points here. Number one, let's just talk about bullying. And first of all, I want to say to you, good for you for getting past the bullying, because we all know that bullies are the ones that have the lowest self-esteem. When you're putting down other people, it's because you hate yourself. You got low self-esteem, and it makes you feel better to knock others down. It makes you feel like it brings you up, but that ain't true. Really, you're just not a good person by doing that. There ain't no need for it. But what I want to do is address you, Robert, and that is to say that you were very powerful in your choice there, because you could have let that bullying keep you down. You could have let it affect your self-esteem. And from what you just wrote to me, you claim that you had success. And I love that. And I love that you acknowledge that. You acknowledge your success. Too often we don't go there because we're afraid. We play small for other people because we're afraid to acknowledge our own good, our own successes, our own happiness, our own fortune. So I think it's awesome, and I want you to hear that. You acknowledge your success, and everybody needs to do the same. And then I heard you say that you think you're doing something wrong. You're not doing something right. There ain't no right and wrong. You're exactly where you're supposed to be right now. The power of now, my friends, all right? And you are doing what you're doing. You have had success. You have acknowledged that success. And what I don't want you to do is compare yourself to others. When we do that is when we get caught in the trap of making ourselves wrong for not doing things perfectly, because then we think we would have been from A to B to C faster. It ain't the way life works, all right? You're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing in this moment in time. And you're having the courage to do it. And don't forget that either. And I love that you said this is something I talk about. It's something I feel when you said that you don't believe in jealousy, but you feel it. And what I want you to do is I want you to turn it around and change that word and change that thought and change that feeling. And what I do is when I feel jealous about something, I say, oh, I feel envious. I feel or think it as envious. I'm envious of that person or their good fortune or their success or fame. And it's just a better, higher vibration, positive word and positive feeling, because envy ain't such a bad thing. Jealousy is like negative, nasty. It makes us feel yucky in our heart and soul. So don't think of it as jealousy anymore. Acknowledge the envy, and it's great because we're all taking responsibility when we do that, you know? And I think that you're beating yourself up a little and you're not really seeing all of your accomplishments. And that's something I also suggest that all of you out there do, is I want you to write a list of all the accomplishments, whether they're big, whether they're small, whether they're big, whether they're small, and write the accomplishments of all the little things that you have achieved over your lifetime. And I can tell you this, in 110 years, Ms. Vampy has achieved a lot. And sometimes it doesn't feel like it either, but it's true. I mean, Robert, like, when you think you're doing something right or wrong, I want you to think about some of my favorite writers and authors in the world. And we could talk about, like, J.K. Rowling, and we could talk about Stephanie Meyer from my favorite Twilight series. I mean, I freaking highly doubt when they were, like, living in their cars that they knew that they were going to have the kind of success they had. But I do know one thing: they never, ever quit, and they never gave up. And they kept going and going and doing something every day to make it happen, make their dreams come true. So will you. And the other thing I think that's so important that I bet you're already doing, Robert, and I think all of you need to do this too, is every single day, do one little thing. I don't care if it's reading an article about the thing you're passionate about your career goals, or if it's making one phone call, or having coffee talk with one person who could help you in the publishing business, or if you're an actor with one director or whatever, you know? Just have one little thing that you do each day that helps to move you forward. And most importantly, don't you ever give up. And if you do, Ms. Vampy's coming to bite you, because you got to live your dreams. And I don't care if it takes you to 110 to have the success that you perceive is the right success. There ain't no right and wrong success. Success is happiness, and the best success is being happy, having joy, having love, having great people around us, and living well. That's all.